Miss Moore,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my husband, or I'm sorry, ex-husband, we have a mutually beneficial agreement with our children where he keeps them at night and I keep them during the day.
Okay.
But my job no longer allows me to stay home with them during the day, and I would like for them to go to daycare now during the day, and he does not want them to.
Okay. How old are the children?
2 years and 18 months.
Okay. And you already picked out the daycare you want them to go to and everything like
Yes.
that? How much is it?
It is $500 a month.
In a quiet courtroom, Miss Moore takes a stand with a dilemma that's tearing her apart. Her job is changing, her routine is shifting, and her children are caught in the middle. She and her ex-husband had a plan, but now life is forcing a new path. She wants daycare. He says no. But why? And how far will she go to fight for what she believes is best for her babies? As the judge listens intently, tensions begin to rise. But just wait. His refusal to even consider the daycare, that's where things really start to heat up.
Is it for both children?
For one child. So it's $1,000 a month for both children.
Oh, okay.
It's a nationally accredited daycare.
Okay. That's not bad for 2 kids. What's your opposition to that?
Well, I don't think they should be in daycare. I think she should stay with them like we originally planned. I didn't get a chance to check out the daycare. I just would rather them stay with her mom or one of our family members.
Okay. Did you let him know which daycare?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
He was invited to go meet the teachers and do the tour, but he opted not to go.
The tension mounts as the judge turns to the father for answers, but what she hears is shocking. He hasn't even seen the daycare, didn't take the tour, didn't meet the teachers, and now is trying to shut it all down without lifting a finger? Miss Moore is stunned. The judge is skeptical. But just when you think he couldn't come up with a worse excuse, he drops a bombshell reason that leaves the whole courtroom stunned. Germs. Yes, germs. Stay tuned, because what he says next just might change everything.
So you did have an opportunity to go.
I was invited, but I don't really want my kids in that daycare. I don't want to be in that
What's
daycare.
wrong with the daycare?
They're full of germs. For starters,
this courtroom is full of germs.
Okay, but children germs, they're next level.
Okay, do they disinfect the daycare?
I don't know that.
They do.
Right, you don't know. So you haven't even had the opportunity, you haven't taken the opportunity to try to do any kind of research.
Okay.
But the fact that there are germs at the daycare, I mean, that's not a good enough reason why you don't want them in there.
I would rather them be with family, people we know.
He says the daycare is full of germs, but when pressed for proof, he has none. No visit, no research, no facts, just fear. The courtroom grows quiet until Miss Moore speaks up with a powerful revelation. There's more behind this than daycare drama. His fear isn't just parental worry. It's something deeper, something controlling. But as her frustration builds, the truth behind their broken relationship starts to spill out. And in the next moment, everything explodes when she exposes a secret that could change how the judge sees it all.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
I'm a doctor. I'm around germs all day. This is one reason that we did not work out.
It's a big problem.
My ex-husband is a germaphobe, and he feels like if the children aren't kept in a bubble basically all day, that something terrible is going to happen to them. But that's no reason. That's no way for these kids to live. And I have to go save lives every day while he just sits in his living room, hermetically sealed off living room.
That's dramatic.
Well, it's not that dramatic. What's dramatic is he wouldn't even show up for this tour at the daycare so he could see that it is a clean daycare. It's nationally accredited. Also, our children would have loved to have seen you.
He's a germaphobe, not just cautious, a full-blown bubble builder. Miss Moore lays it all out. His obsession, his control, his refusal to even show up for his own children. And now, his being called out in open court. But what happens when he speaks? Will he finally defend himself? I'll confirm everything she said. With the judge watching closely and emotions flaring, one thing is clear. This isn't just a parenting disagreement. It's a battle of values, fear, and control. And next, the father finally confesses how he really feels about this courtroom.
Okay, look, with all due respect, I don't even want to be in this courtroom, Your Honor.
I can understand that. Sometimes I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here.
So, I mean,
but I'm here. I'm here for the kids, and I would prefer if they weren't in a daycare, if they were at one of our family members, where we can give them special instructions on cleaning and what the children need to stay healthy.
well, I definitely understand, and I agree. In a lot of cases, it is good for the children to be around a family member and everything like that.
I don't want to be here. His words ring out, cold, dismissive. He claims it's not about ego, it's about protecting the children. But Miss Moore, standing strong, reminds the court she's here because she has to be, because someone needs to fight for these kids. And while he clings to comfort, she shows what sacrifice really looks like. The judge nods, weighing it all. But the question remains, can these two ever agree on what's best? Don't miss what the judge says next. It just might change the course of this entire case.
However, age 2 years old, and what was the other age?
18 months.
18 months. I mean, it's nothing wrong with them going to school already. You do want them to start learning a lot of things. You just do. There are some things that you guys are not going to be able to teach them at home. Not that you can't, it's just you may not have the time to do it. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but I do think it's a good idea for you to go and speak to the teachers, look around the daycare, see about the cleanliness of it and everything like that. And you guys should just work together and co-parent.
2 years old, 18 months, still babies, but ready to learn. The judge leans in with wisdom and reason, showing both parents what early education could offer. Not just care, but growth. Not just play, but preparation. She urges them to look deeper, to act together. But will logic prevail, or will emotion win? As the scales of justice begin to tip, a new question emerges. How do you put a price on peace? The answer comes in the next clip, and it's one neither parent expected.
You guys keep doing your agreement where you have your time with the children, and you keep rotating like that. Nobody should pay child support in this type of situation. But what I will do to make sure that daycare does get paid is that you guys split it. So $1,000, you pay $500, you pay $500, and it's going to go through the Attorney General of Texas, and that's just the best way to do it, because that at least ensures that the children's daycare is paid for month to month.
No child support, just cooperation. A rare ruling, fair, firm, and focused on kids. The judge lays it out. They'll split the daycare cost 50-50. No debate, no drama. But just when it seems like this courtroom war is cooling down, the father lashes back. He's paying for something he never wanted. And now, he's had enough. He says it's unfair. She makes more. But what the judge says next? It's the ultimate reality check. And in the final clip, you'll see just how deep this divide really runs.
Okay, but now I'm paying for the daycare that I don't want them to go to, and I have them at night. She's supposed to be responsible for the day. If they were in night care, I would pay for it, and I just don't see how this is fair. She makes 3 times as much money as I do.
Right, but you guys have been splitting the children, right? You've been splitting the children, and it's not a bad idea. And honestly, that's a very reasonable cost for 2 children at a daycare, because a lot of times, especially the younger a child is, the 18-month-old, it could be more expensive than that. And I think that's fair.
Fairness. That's a fight now. He claims is doing nights. She's doing days. So why is he paying for her schedule? The numbers don't lie. She makes more. But the judge isn't swayed by dollars alone. She reminds them both, this is about the children, their care, their future. But as a father pushes back, frustrated and cornered, the tension hits a breaking point. You think this case is over? Not yet, because the next question the judge asks hits like a gavel, and you won't believe how it all ends.
Or, I could base, let me see, how much money you make a year? Let's see. Your document says $62,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like for me to base child support that you pay her off of $62,000 a year? Because I can assure you it will be more than $500.
Then no.
Okay, well, in that case, is there anything further between either
No,
of you?
Your Honor, thank you.
That'll be all? That'll be all from you? Okay, where you all are dismissed.
$62,000. That's his income. And now, the judge gives him a choice. Pay $500 or face full-blown child support based on his salary. The room goes still. He knows what that means, and so does she. In the end, he agrees. The gavel comes down. The decision is final. But this case leaves behind more than just a verdict. It's a reminder of what co-parenting really demands. Respect, compromise, and showing up even when it's hard. If this courtroom battle hit home, like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, what would you have done in the judge's seat?